Imagine waking up tomorrow to the news that a single financial decision you made years ago, one that most people called a foolish gamble, has just made you unimaginably wealthy. Picture checking your phone and seeing headlines blaring that the currency you quietly invested in, the Iraqi dinar, is now, officially, worth not a fraction of a cent, but $3.22. Or even $4.25. The life you once knew is over, replaced by a new reality of absolute financial freedom. This is not a drill, and this is not mere speculation from the fringe corners of the internet. What I am about to share with you is the culmination of years of economic reform, geopolitical maneuvering, and a recent, undeniable confirmation from the very heart of Iraq's financial system that has sent shockwaves through intelligence and financial circles worldwide. The Central Bank of Iraq has officially set in motion the final phase of a plan decades in the making, and for those who are positioned correctly, what comes next will be nothing short of the greatest wealth transfer in modern human history. We are talking about the complete and total revaluation of the Iraqi dinar, and the starting pistol has officially been fired. The confirmation we have all been waiting for is here, and it's called the 00 Project. Now, if you're new to this topic, you might be hearing a lot of noise. You might have heard the term RV or GC thrown around by so-called gurus, often wrapped in conspiracy and vague predictions that never seem to materialize. I am here to cut through that noise and provide you with a cold, hard, factual analysis based on official statements, economic data, and the undeniable trajectory of the Iraqi state. This is not about hope. This is about following a clear and present roadmap that the government of Iraq itself is publicly executing. So, what exactly is this 00 project that the Central Bank of Iraq, or CBI, has confirmed? For years, the Iraqi currency has been plagued by a problem of zeros. The large denominations, the 25,000 dinar notes, were a necessity for a cash-based society operating with a currency that was valued at roughly 1,470 dinars to a single US dollar. It was cumbersome, inefficient, and a constant reminder of the economic devastation following the wars and sanctions. The 00 Project is the elegant and final solution. The first 0 refers to the planned removal of 3 zeros from the physical currency itself. This means a 25,000 dinar note would become a 25 dinar note. This is a logistical and practical measure to simplify daily transactions, reduce the cost of printing money, and modernize the financial infrastructure. But it is the second 0 that holds the key to the revaluation, and this is the part that most mainstream financial analysts are completely missing. The second 0 is the critical, simultaneous adjustment of the exchange rate by removing 3 zeros from its value. This is not just a redenomination, it is a fundamental revaluation. Let me be crystal clear. This is not simply swapping old notes for new ones at the same effective value. The project, as confirmed and being implemented, involves pegging the new, lower denomination currency to a new, significantly stronger exchange rate. The old rate of 1,470 IQD to $1 US, when you remove 3 zeros, becomes a potential new rate of 1.47 IQD to $1 US. But here is where the real story begins, because the intelligence and the economic data suggest that Iraq is not aiming for a simple one-to-one parity. The country is strategically positioning itself to revalue to a rate that reflects its true, staggering economic potential, a potential that has been suppressed for decades. This is the foundation of everything, and understanding this dual nature of the 00 Project is the first step to understanding why the window of opportunity is closing faster than anyone realizes. But before we dive into the specific numbers and the jaw-dropping evidence that points to the $3.22 to $4.25 range, I need you to do something for me right now. If you are serious about understanding this historic event, you need to be fully focused. So hit that like button, and if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel and ring the notification bell, because the information I am about to reveal in the next segment is the most critical piece of this puzzle, and you will not want to miss a single word. So, let's address the multi-trillion-dollar question that is undoubtedly burning in your mind. Why would Iraq revalue to $3 or more instead of just settling for the simpler, mathematically convenient rate of around $1.47? The answer lies in a powerful convergence of economic necessity, immense national wealth, and a geopolitical masterstroke that has been unfolding right under our noses. To believe a revaluation is imminent, you must first understand that Iraq is not a poor country. It is, in fact, an economic titan shackled by its own history, and the key to those shackles is a resource you use every single day: oil. Iraq sits atop some of the largest proven oil reserves on the planet, with over 145 billion barrels. To put that into perspective, that is wealth that dwarfs the economies of most modern nations. But for decades, Iraq has been selling this black gold on the global market in US dollars, only to then have to turn around and use those dollars to buy their own currency, the dinar, at an artificially low rate to fund their government's budget. This system has been a form of financial colonialism, a leash that has kept the nation from achieving its true potential. The revaluation to a rate of $3.22 or higher is the strategic move to snap that leash once and for all. At a stronger valuation, Iraq's wealth, measured by its gross domestic product or GDP, would instantly skyrocket, moving it from the category of a developing nation to a leading global economy overnight. This newfound economic muscle would allow them to pay off international debts with ease, fund massive infrastructure projects with their own powerful currency, and most importantly, begin to invoice their oil not in US dollars, but in their own sovereign currency, the Iraqi dinar. This shift away from the petrodollar system is not a conspiracy theory. It is a stated goal of economic sovereignty for resource-rich nations, and Iraq is positioned to be the trailblazer. The evidence for this is not hidden. It's in their recent actions. The Iraqi government has been aggressively pursuing international partnerships, not for aid, but for massive reconstruction and development projects. Projects that are only financially feasible with a currency that holds real, substantial value. They have been working with the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank not on bailout packages, but on financial reform programs specifically designed to stabilize and strengthen their currency for international trade. Now, let's talk about the specific numbers, the $3.22 to $4.25 range. This is not a figure pulled from thin air. This range is based on a fundamental economic principle called purchasing power parity, or PPP. In simple terms, PPP is a theory that measures the relative value of different currencies based on the actual cost of a standard basket of goods and services in each country. Multiple independent economic analyses have consistently shown that when you measure the true cost of living and the real economic output within Iraq, the dinar's value, when unshackled from its artificial constraints, aligns almost perfectly with this $3 to $4 range. This is the value that would bring the external value of the dinar in line with its internal purchasing power, eliminating the massive disparity that exists today. Furthermore, this specific range would strategically position the Iraqi dinar at a value that is competitive with, and even superior to, its neighboring oil-rich Gulf currencies, like the Kuwaiti dinar, which is currently the strongest currency in the world, valued at over $3.25. Iraq is not looking to be a follower. It is looking to re-establish itself as the economic and historical leader of the region. A revaluation to this level would instantly restore national pride, curb rampant inflation by making imports incredibly cheap, and attract a flood of foreign investment not seen since the post-World War II Marshall Plan. The groundwork has been laid, the economic models support it, and the geopolitical winds are blowing firmly in its favor. This is no longer a question of if, but a question of when. And the when is being dictated by the final implementation of the project you now understand. But knowing the why is only half the battle. The final piece of this puzzle, the human element that will determine who benefits from this historic event and who is left watching from the sidelines, is what I am going to reveal right after this. What you do in the next few days and weeks will determine your financial future forever, so pay very close attention. The final and most critical chapter of this story is not about the economics or the geopolitics. It is about you and the window of opportunity that is slamming shut faster with every passing day. We have established the what, the 0-0 project. We have uncovered the why, the staggering economic imperative and the pursuit of national sovereignty. But the how you can actually position yourself to benefit from this inevitable financial reset, is the single most important piece of information you will ever receive. Right now, as we speak, the corridors of power in global financial institutions and the intelligence agencies of major nations are buzzing with activity. They are not debating if this will happen. They are making their own moves, positioning their vast wealth and influence to capitalize on the moment the new rate is officially announced. For them, it is a matter of adding another zero to their already massive portfolios. For you, it is a matter of complete financial liberation, a chance to redefine your family's destiny for generations. The greatest tragedy would not be to have never heard of this opportunity, but to have heard it, understood it, and then failed to act due to fear, skepticism, or simple procrastination. The moment the Central Bank of Iraq makes that official announcement, the gates will close. The currency exchanges will be flooded, online portals will crash under the demand, and the opportunity to acquire dinar at its current pre-RV price will vanish in the blink of an eye. You will be left on the outside, looking in at a life-changing event you knew was coming but did not have the courage to seize. So, what is the actionable path forward? The first step is to acquire a position in the Iraqi dinar from a reputable and secure source. This is not a complex stock trade or a volatile cryptocurrency. It is the simple act of exchanging your local currency, like US dollars, for Iraqi dinar notes. You are essentially buying a future claim on a currency that is about to undergo the most significant upward revaluation in modern history. You are not gambling on a possibility, you are investing in a confirmed, publicly stated governmental policy. The second step is secure storage. Once you possess your dinar, you must store it safely, just as you would any other valuable asset like gold or important documents. A fireproof safe in your home or a safety deposit box at your local bank is the standard. Then you wait. But this is not a passive wait. It is an active, confident anticipation. You will follow the news from the CBI with a new sense of purpose, knowing that you are no longer a spectator but a participant in a global financial shift. When the announcement finally comes, the process for exchanging your dinar will be clearly communicated by the Iraqi government and major global financial institutions. You will take your currency to authorized exchange centers, likely including major international banks, and convert it at the new, official rate. The narrative that this is a scam is a powerful tool used by those who either do not understand the facts or have a vested interest in keeping the general public in the dark and out of the game. They label it a scam because the concept is so monumental, so disruptive to the established financial order, that their minds cannot process it. Do not let their ignorance become your reality. Your own due diligence, the very research that led you to this video, combined with the official CBI statements and the undeniable economic trajectory I have laid out, is all the confirmation you should need. This is your moment to break free from the cycle of financial stress, from the fear of inflation eroding your savings, from the anxiety of not having enough for retirement. This is your chance to be on the right side of history. So, I am going to end this with a direct and personal call to action. Do not let this video end and simply move on to the next piece of content. The information you have received over these last 20 minutes is more valuable than any college degree, any stock tip, any business advice you have ever been given. Your future self is begging you to act now. Click the link in the pinned comment below this video. That link will take you to a vetted, secure, and trusted source for acquiring Iraqi dinar. I have done the legwork to find a reputable dealer so you don't have to worry about authenticity or security. Go there now. Do not wait. Do not think you will do it tomorrow. Secure your financial freedom today. Smash that like button, share this video with everyone you care about, and subscribe for the final update, because when this happens, you will want to hear it from me first. The time for watching is over. The time for action is now.